1979 Pontiac Firebird Coupe 2D. Price $12,500. Mileage 2,269 miles. Location Freeport, Texas. A deep blue, late 70s Firebird with classic American muscle personality. This 79 model carries the long hood, low stance, and unmistakable Pontiac styling that defined the era, blending vintage cruiser vibes with street-ready presence. With only 2,269 miles showing, pronounced 2,269 miles, it presents as a lightly driven build despite its age, offering a unique mix of originality and refreshed usability. Powered by a gasoline engine paired with an automatic transmission, it delivers smooth, easygoing driving characteristics while still maintaining that traditional V8 era feel of torque and steady pull. The interior and exterior share a matching blue-on-blue color scheme, giving it a bold, unified look that stands out without trying too hard. As a running and driving classic, it offers straightforward enjoyment. Turn the key, hit the road. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro. Price $70,000. Mileage 400 miles. Location Bonham, Texas. A striking red-on-red Z28 clone Camaro, freshly completed and showing only 400 miles, pronounced 400 miles. This build delivers that tight, new engine feel, wrapped in one of the most iconic muscle car bodies ever made. At its heart sits a blueprint 383-stroker engine, pronounced 383-stroker, rated at 436 horsepower, giving it strong torque down low and a hard-pulling mid-range that makes it feel alive in every gear. Power is routed through a Tremec Bowler TKX 5-speed manual transmission, pronounced TKX 5-speed, which adds modern drivability and precise mechanical shifts that suit both cruising and spirited driving. The combination of lightweight first-gen Camaro chassis and updated drivetrain transforms it into a responsive, driver-focused machine that feels far more refined than its vintage styling suggests. Finished in aggressive red with a matching interior. 1985 Oldsmobile Delta Coupe. Price $12,500. Mileage 63,000 miles. Location Rocheron, Texas. A gold-on-gold luxury coupe from the final golden era of big American cruisers. This 85 Delta 88 Royale Brougham delivers smooth V8 comfort wrapped in classic Oldsmobile style and understated elegance. With 63,000 miles, pronounced 63,000 miles, and only one owner, it presents as a well-preserved original rather than a heavily modified build, keeping much of its factory character intact. Powered by a 5.0-liter V8, pronounced 5.0-liter V8. It offers relaxed, torque-rich driving performance designed for effortless highway cruising rather than aggressive speed, making it ideal for comfort-focused travel. The automatic transmission complements that smooth delivery, shifting softly and maintaining the car's calm, floaty ride quality that defined full-size American coupes of the era. Inside, the matching gold interior emphasizes its luxury intent. 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe 2D. Price $30,000. Mileage 3,800 miles. Location Grand Prairie, Texas. A clean, black-on-black first-generation Mustang. This 66 delivers classic American pony car styling, with a simple, well-kept setup that emphasizes originality and street-ready charm. With just 3,800 miles, pronounced 3,800 miles, it presents as a lightly used build, giving it a tight, fresh feel despite its vintage roots. Power comes from the iconic 289 volts 8, pronounced 289 V8, a small-block Ford engine known for its balance of reliability and responsive performance, offering smooth torque and a classic muscle car sound. Paired with an automatic transmission, the car is built for easy cruising, making it comfortable for everyday driving while still retaining that nostalgic Mustang character. The clean, rust-free body and all-black finish give it a sleek, understated look that highlights its timeless design lines. Overall, 1972 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. Price, $32,000. Mileage, 1,100 miles. Location, Houston, Texas. A gold-painted big block bruiser, this 72 Chevelle SS delivers classic muscle car aggression backed by serious modern horsepower, giving it the kind of street presence that feels loud even when it's parked. With only 1,100 miles, pronounced 1,100 miles, it's essentially fresh, meaning the drivetrain and build components still feel tight and responsive. Under the hood sits a GM 502 big block, pronounced 502 big block, bored and tuned to produce around 640 horsepower, giving it massive torque and brutal straight-line acceleration that defines old-school muscle performance. Fuel delivery is handled by a Demon 754-barrel carburetor, pronounced 750 carb, which feeds the engine with the air and fuel needed for strong mid-range pull and high RPM power. The drivetrain includes a 12-bolt posi rear end, pronounced 12-bolt positive traction rear, with 3.73 gearing. 1967 Ford Mustang Coupe 2D Inline 6. Price, $21,000. Mileage, 417,518 miles. Location, Round Rock, Texas. A red classic Mustang coupe with simple, honest configuration. This 67 focuses more on vintage charm and usability than raw performance, representing the original spirit of the Mustang in its base engine form. With 417,518 miles, pronounced 417,518 miles, it clearly shows long-term use, but still carries the appeal of a surviving, running example of one of America's most iconic cars. Powered by an inline-6 engine, pronounced inline 6, it delivers smooth, low-output performance designed for reliability and steady cruising rather than speed, making it one of the most durable and easy-to-maintain configurations of its era. Paired with an automatic transmission, the drivetrain keeps driving simple and relaxed, allowing the car to function as a straightforward classic cruiser. The red exterior with black interior maintains the traditional Mustang look. 1977 Mercedes-Benz 450 SL R107. Price: $17,150. Mileage: 66,388 miles. Location: San Marcos, Texas. Rare maple yellow R107 SL. This 77 450 SL brings vintage European luxury and long-distance cruising comfort together in a timeless roadster package that still turns heads decades later. With 66,388 miles, pronounced 66,388 miles, it sits in a well-preserved range for a classic Mercedes, especially one known for durability and refined engineering. Powered by a 4.5-liter V8, pronounced 4.5-liter V8, it delivers smooth, effortless torque rather than aggressive speed, designed for relaxed highway cruising with a strong, steady pull. The automatic transmission complements that character, shifting softly and prioritizing comfort over performance. One of its standout features is the factory two-top configuration, typically including both a removable hardtop and a soft convertible top, making it versatile for all-weather driving. 1984 Chevrolet Corvette C4 Coupe 2D. Price: $7,500. Mileage: 157,890 miles. Location: Royce City, Texas. A silver C4 Corvette with classic 1980s wedge styling. This 84 represents an entry-level way into American sports car ownership, combining sharp looks with straightforward V8 performance and everyday drivability. With 157,890 miles, pronounced 157,890 miles, it clearly reflects long-term use, but also the durability these Corvettes are known for when maintained. Powered by a gasoline V8 paired with an automatic transmission, it delivers smooth acceleration and relaxed cruising rather than extreme performance, making it more of a comfortable grand touring sports car than a track machine. The C4 generation introduced more modern suspension and handling characteristics compared to earlier Corvettes, giving it a more planted and controlled feel on the road, even at higher speeds. 1972 Ford Mustang Mach 1 Q Code. Price: $38,000. Mileage: 75,000 miles. Location: Houston, Texas. A red-on-red Mach 1 Mustang with serious factory muscle heritage. This 72 delivers classic performance styling, backed by one of Ford's most respected big cube small block setups. The Q Code designation, pronounced Q Code, signals a factory 351 Cobra jet engine, a high-performance variant built for strong torque and aggressive street power, giving this Mustang a more serious edge than standard trims. Paired with a C6 automatic transmission, pronounced C6 automatic, the drivetrain is known for durability and smooth, heavy-duty shifting, making it well-suited for higher torque output and spirited driving. With 75,000 miles, pronounced 75,000 miles, it sits in a usable range for a classic muscle car, especially one built with performance intent from the factory. 1967 Chevrolet Impala. Price, $18,000. Mileage, 100,000 miles. Location, Houston, Texas. A full-size classic cruiser with unmistakable 60s presence. This 1967 Impala blends vintage comfort with simple, reliable V8 power. Finished in white over a red interior, it carries the long, clean body lines that made the Impala one of Chevrolet's most iconic road cars of its era. Beneath the hood sits a 327 cubic inch V8 paired with an automatic transmission, upgraded with a new carburetor, a high-output aluminum alternator, and an aluminum radiator with electric fans for improved cooling. The setup is tuned for smooth street driving while still delivering that traditional small-block Chevrolet rumble. Recent tires and a solid drivetrain mean it's ready to drive and enjoy immediately. Overall, this Impala stands as a straightforward, well-kept classic, more about relaxed cruising and nostalgic style than extreme modification. 1979 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. Price, $21,000. Location, Garland, Texas. A late 70s Z28 Camaro, carrying the classic muscle-inspired styling of the second-generation F-body era. This 1979 example brings together aggressive looks and everyday drivability in a straightforward, clean package. The Z28 trim is known for its sport-tuned suspension, bold body lines, and factory performance identity, making it one of the more desirable Camaro configurations of its time. Finished in typical used good condition, the car presents as a solid driver rather than a heavily modified build, keeping its focus on original-era character and street enjoyment. The long hood, fastback profile, and factory performance stance still give it strong visual presence, especially in the Z28 trim that emphasizes handling and sporty appeal over luxury. Overall, it stands as a usable classic muscle car with authentic late 70s Camaro attitude, simple, recognizable, and built for cruising with that unmistakable GM V8 era feel. 1968 Pontiac GTO. Price, $42,000. Mileage, 3,700 miles. Location, Humble, Texas. A well-preserved example of Pontiac's legendary muscle icon, this 1968 GTO comes finished in Verdoro green with a pearl white interior, giving it a sharp factory-style contrast that highlights its classic lines. The second-generation GTO design is widely regarded for its cleaner, more aggressive styling, and this one carries that presence with a strong, well-kept appearance. Under the hood sits a 400 cubic inch V8 paired with an automatic transmission, delivering the kind of low-end torque and effortless cruising power the GTO name is known for. The drivetrain setup keeps things traditional and straightforward, focusing on smooth street performance rather than extreme modification. The low reported mileage and clean presentation suggest a carefully maintained build rather than a heavily driven example. Overall, this GTO stands as a solid muscle car cruiser, balanced between originality and usability. 1972 Chevrolet Camaro. Price: $39,000. Mileage: 13,890 miles. Location: Houston, Texas. A second-generation Camaro built in the spirit of the Z28 performance package. This 1972 example is a modernized street machine finished in bold orange over a gray interior. The stance and presentation lean toward a classic muscle look while incorporating upgraded drivetrain components for stronger real-world performance. Power comes from a built 383-stroker V8 paired with a T56 manual transmission, giving it a serious jump in both horsepower and driver engagement compared to factory setups. The stroker motor is known for strong mid-range torque, while the 6-speed T56 adds highway usability and improved control over the power delivery. Together, they create a more aggressive and responsive driving experience than a standard early 70s Camaro. Overall, this Camaro Z28 clone blends vintage muscle car styling with modern performance upgrades, making it a street-focused build that emphasizes power. 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. Price: $67,000. Mileage: 300 miles. Location: San Marcos, Texas.
Press the open button on the dump, the left one.
A fully restored example of Chevrolet's mid-60s muscle flagship, this 1967 Chevelle SS is presented as a true 138 VIN Supersport, highlighting its factory performance heritage. Finished in blue with a fresh build, it carries the clean, muscular lines that made the Chevelle SS one of the most respected street machines of its era. Power is delivered through a freshly completed drivetrain setup, details not fully listed, paired with an automatic transmission designed for strong, street-friendly acceleration and smooth cruising. With only a reported 300 miles since completion, the build appears to be essentially new, focusing on restored condition and modern reliability rather than originality alone. Overall, this Chevelle SS stands as a freshly built classic muscle car with strong collector appeal, combining authentic SS pedigree, low post-build mileage,